Hello and welcome back to the Thrive in 5 podcast. I hope you are doing okay and are having a great day so far. This week we are doing something a little bit different. As these episodes go out, I am going to be living my best life on the ski slopes. I hope by now I've not injured myself. And so I am pre-recording all of these episodes, and I'm actually going to be doing a little series this week, a 5-episode series called Oops, I Messed Up. Basically, I'm going to be talking about 5 massive mistakes that I made in my coaching career. But don't worry, this is not all going to be coaching talk. I know that there's a lot of people that talk only about coaching as though it's like everything in the world, and it's not. I'm going to be sharing some mistakes that I made when I started out as a coach. I'm going to be sharing some life lessons that I learned from those mistakes, because the mistakes that I made, they're not mistakes that are unique to coaching. They are mistakes that we all make in different areas of our lives. And there's lessons in there that you can take from it in terms of life. There are lessons in terms of career. There's lessons in terms of health and fitness, in terms of fat loss. And it's a chance for me to be a little bit vulnerable and to use this podcast as my own personal therapy. So on that note, let's get into episode 1, into mistake number 1. And this, I'll give some context around this mistake. When I first started coaching, my corporate job was not very fulfilling. I was doing a job that I'd always enjoyed in work, doing things that made me feel like I was making a difference. I wanted to have an impact. I wanted to change things. I wanted to change the world. Don't ask why I went into banking. I thought banking could change the world. I still believe it could. But I wanted to make a difference. And the job I was doing at the time, my corporate job, I didn't feel like I was making a difference. And when I started coaching, when I made that transition, I was still working in my corporate job and I was sort of helping people on the side with their health and fitness. I just wanted to help everybody. It was such a joyful experience to help change people's lives. And because of that desire to help people, and because, to be honest, I felt so stifled and trapped in my day job, I just tried to help everybody. Men, women, teenagers, 60-somethings. I coached my parents, I coached my friends, I coached my friends' partners. I coached people who were athletes. I coached people who were just trying to lose a bit of body fat. I coached people who were really overweight. I coached people who wanted to gain muscle. I coached runners. I coached lifters. I coached dancers. You name it, I probably coached it. And it was an incredible experience, don't get me wrong. Like, it's something that I've learned so much from, and actually coaching that full range of people gave me so much insight and knowledge. But it was a mistake in many ways because I tried to be everything to everybody, and that was the mistake. I tried to be so broad in what I was doing. And there's a life lesson in this, through doing all of that from a career perspective, it helped me to realize that my passion and my skill set was in helping professional women. And the lesson that I took from it is that when you go broad, yeah, you can then narrow down, you can figure things out. But there's that old phrase, jack of all trades, but that phrase ends master of none. And I made this mistake in my corporate career too. When I first got into banking, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know what career I wanted. I got into banking because it was the broadest thing that I could think of. It was when you think about a bank, they bank every sort of business. I was like, I can figure out what I want to do from within a bank. I always chose jobs that gave me the broadest view possible of the organisation, that gave me like lots of different experiences, because I was scared to specialise. I was scared to be specific. I was scared to go all in on something. I think that was the big fear. I was scared to go all in and to just commit to something. And I did this my whole life, to be honest. I did it, like, my A-level choices were hilarious because I didn't actually commit to any particular subject. I kept it so broad. I did like maths and music and philosophy and Spanish because I was like, I don't know what I want to do, so I'll just do things. I'll keep it as broad as possible, so I've always got options. That not being specific was a really great thing in many ways because it gave me opportunity, but at some point you have to go in on the thing that's right for you. You can't you can't be broad forever because you're never actually going to be able to progress if you do that. And in coaching, I realised that I needed to be specific, and that's why I've created the More to Life program, which I'm talking about all over my social media at the moment. It's not a coaching program for just anyone. It's a coaching program for professional women because that is who it is built to help, and that is who I help best. And I suppose the lesson from this is, don't try and be all things to all people. if there's something that you know is like a good thing to do, don't be scared to be specific. Don't be scared to go all in on it. Don't be scared to go for something career-wise, life-wise, that involves narrowing down other options. It's a good thing to do. That was episode 1 of this little mini series. Oops, I messed up. I will be back for episode 2 tomorrow. In the meantime, if you want to find out more about the More to Life programme, I'm posting about it all over my social media this week, so do keep your eyes peeled. And there is a priority list as well. So if you want to find out more about the programme before anybody else, head to the episode description for this episode and you will find the link to join the priority list, and you'll get the information 24 hours before anybody else. I will catch you tomorrow.